aware. I think you see both happening. I've seen suppliers, run rings around junior project managers.
Yeah.
And I've seen senior project managers not necessarily treat suppliers in the right way. So I've seen it, evidenced it, but not a particular project, because it depends on what stage you're at. So obviously at the very end of the project, things are generally a little bit more, it's happening at pace and it's a bit more pressured.
Yeah.
So you see some of those behaviours there.
And you just, interestingly enough, we spoke on question 17 about the 8 common complaints of a supplier. You just touched on the fact that some of our internal senior project managers maybe don't treat the suppliers particularly very well.
Yeah.
Do you think that influences the performance and the success of a project?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's not we call it vendor management, but it's relationship management with those suppliers is key, because actually you can get to a point where you take a supplier, you hit a supplier so hard that they just want to see the light at the end of the tunnel and get out and go. They're not interested in any further engagement because they've had such a hard time in their perception. Sometimes project managers can be a bit, they've got the big stick internally, because they're in the commercial relationship as well. So sometimes it can be a bit unfair. I've equally seen it with large organisations, where they just can't work with that organisation because of maybe the project management style.
So where, as a senior stakeholder, where would you say the balance lies between sort of maintaining a relationship yet allowing a third party to not necessarily fulfil their obligations, but they deliver the project, versus that project manager protecting the organisation from the third party?
So I'm not quite sure.
So as you said, there's got to be a fine balance between maintaining the relationship, okay? Yeah. So you have some project managers who will come in and say, my remit is to protect the organisation but deliver this project. Equally, you'll have some third parties, as we've already discussed, that will try and do the bare minimum, most efficiency, the least expensive way of delivering something. Yeah. But ultimately, you have to sometimes bring that together, and bringing it together will result in conflict.
Yep.
So where do you strike the balance from a senior executive that the internal project managers are doing the right thing to tipping over to doing the wrong thing, or being unfair? Yeah,
so it's again about transparency. So any vendor that's having a bit of a tough time will often escalate to a certain level, and then that will be taken to a steering group or to a higher level. And it's about protecting the relationship. Like any relationship, there's to and fro between how that's working. So really at a senior stakeholder level, it's keeping a watching eye on both, but actually reaping the benefit of an internal project manager in terms of culture and success of the organisation, and reaping the benefit of an external resource that you've clearly got in to deliver something you can't actually deliver internally.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time and your honesty in the interviews. You'll be pleased to know I've got no further questions, but before we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to add at all, or anything? No? Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
Okay.